Good morning, students. How are you? Okay, fine. Already I got the information regarding the online classes. So we are starting the online classes. For the second PUC, for the first book, there are so many topics. The fundamental topics are electrostatics, current electricity, moving charges and magnetism, magnetism and matter, electromagnetic induction, and alternating current. The most fundamental branch among these is current electricity. The current electricity plays very important role in our daily life. Without current, we cannot sustain our life. So in the summer season, we know that if there is a power failure, how much problem we are going to face it. So there is especially suffocation. So we start with the topic current electricity. What is that current electricity? Now it is combination of the two words. One is the current, another one is the electricity. The general meaning for the current is nothing but motion, to flow. Usually we use the term air current, water current. So here we are using the term that is nothing but electric current. The electricity, the root word for the electricity is nothing but electron. Electron belongs to what? Negatively charged particle. We can use the term charge. So, by using these two terms, we go for the bookish definition, that is, the charges are under motion. So, we can say that the current electricity is a branch of physics which deals with the charges are under motion. So, what is a charge? Charge is a fundamental quantity. So already we have studied in the electrostatics. Charge is a fundamental quantity due to which the electric and other electrical effects are going to be observed. How to get the charge? Where the charge exists? Charge exists everywhere. So charge is a fundamental quantity. We can say that atom, the building block of the matter is nothing but the atom. The atom consists of the nucleus, the electrons are revolving around the nucleus. When you analyze the nucleus, that is nothing but the nucleus is electrically positive, the electrons are negative. There are two kinds of the charges. One is positive charge, another one is negative charge. Then how to get the charges? There are so many methods we have studied in the electrostatics to get the charge. So after getting the charge, we want to make the charges to be under motion. So to make the charges to be under motion, we need the medium. That medium is nothing but conductor. Why we select the conductor? Conductor is large number of free electrons. Then what is that? Free electrons. When you take the atom, the nucleus, the central hardcore material is nothing but nucleus for the atom. The electrons are revolving around the nucleus. So the electrons are distributed in their respective orbit. As the orbital distance increases, the bondage between the nucleus and the electron decreases. The outermost orbital electrons are called valence electrons, and those electrons are usually termed as free electrons. By providing the small amount of energy, we can easily detach them from the atom, and those electrons uses for conduction, and those electrons are called free electrons, and they constitute the current in the conductor. So we prefer the conductor for the current electricity. So I take the conductor. If I take the conductor, there are so many free electrons inside the conductor. So it is made up of atom. The building block of the battery is nothing but the atom. There are so many number of free electrons. When you get the free electrons, and these free electrons are under zigzag motion, they are under random motion. Due to the random motion, while crossing the cross-section area, the resultant velocity, the average velocity of the electrons before application of the electric field, in the absence of the electric field, there will be no electric field is applied. The resultant velocity of the electron is zero. Hence, they do not constitute the current. When you take the conductor, if I got the copper wire, if I held the copper wire in my hand, I cannot feel the shocking effect because the resultant velocity of the electrons is zero. They are under zigzag motion due to the non-application of the electric field. When I apply the electric field, these electrons are set in proper order, they constitute the current. To have the current, I need the basic phenomenon, that is nothing but electric field. Then how to get the electric field? So, the large number of free electrons are available in the conductor. I take the conductor, there are large number of free electrons, now this is the electron. So, to establish the electric field, I need electromotive force. That electromotive force is going to be obtained from the cell or battery. I take the cell, positive term of the cell is connected to one end of the wire, conductor, and negative term is connected to the another end of the conductor. So I maintain the potential difference across the ends of the conductor. V is the potential difference. So when the potential difference is maintained across the ends of the conductor, the electric field is established. Now this is the main thing. What is the direction of the electric field? The direction of the electric field is from positive to negative term of the battery. So from the electrostatics we know that the electric field is defined as E equals to the force experienced by the tensor charge. We can say that E equals to F by Q. So Q is nothing but the electron. So I take it is a negative in nature, minus. Then F equals to minus E into E. The negative sign indicates that the direction of the force experienced by the electric field in the region of electric field is opposite to the direction of the electric field. So these are the vector quantities I represent with arrow mark. So from the equation it is clear that when the charged particle is in the region of electric field, it experiences the force. When it experiences the force, so force equals to mass into acceleration, the charge is accelerated. So the charges get accelerated and it is under in motion. The direction of the motion of the electron is opposite to the direction of electric field. So L is the length of the conductor, A is the cross section area. Let it be. When the electrons are moving, the motion of the electron constitutes current, and this current is called electronic current. I call it I. But we cannot see the motion of the electrons through our naked eyes. So microscopically we can see the movement of the electrons. Through our naked eyes we cannot see the motion of the electrons. If I give the wire and potential difference is maintained across the ends of the wire, I cannot see the motion of the electron, but I can feel the experience of what? The shocking effect. So to assign the direction of the current, so our ancestor told that always the things are flows in the nature from higher level to lower level. So positive term is called higher potential, negative terminal is called lower potential. The things flows in the nature from higher to lower. Hence, we assign the direction of the current from positive to negative, and this current is convenienced by our ancestor. Hence, it is called conventional current. So there are two types of the current. One is the conventional current, another one is the actual motion of the electrons inside the conductor. That is nothing but electronic current. The direction of the conventional current and electronic current are opposite to each other. But actually the motion of the electrons inside the conductor is from negative to positive. To mention the direction of the current, we take the help of what? The terminals. The conventional current flows from positive to negative terminal of the battery. So we always assign the direction of the current from I, that is nothing but conventional current. So the direction of the current is from positive to negative, that is called conventional current. The actual motion of the electrons inside the conductor is from negative to positive. What makes these electrons to be under in motion? That is electric field. Because of the existence of the electric field, the random motion of the electron is set in a proper direction and the electrons are under in motion, then there is a constitution of the current that takes place. Then we come across the definition for current. The electric current is defined as the charges are under in motion. The charge is nothing but Q. That is nothing but Q. For every activity there must be the time factor associated with that activity. So the time t, we can say that the rate of flow of charges is nothing but current. So we can write the instantaneous current. The current which exists at any instant, we take the differential form dq by dt when delta t tends to 0, limit delta t tends to 0. Then it is written as delta q by delta t. When limit delta t tends to 0, this is nothing but dq by dt. This is called instantaneous current. Now, if it is maintained, if this instantaneous current is constant, then we can say that steady current I equals to q by t. So there is the existence of the current due to application of the electric field. The basic thing to make the charges to enter in motion is the potential difference across the ends of the conductor that establish the electric field. That electric field make the charges to be under in motion. They experience the force, the acceleration is created, the charges are in motion. Hence, we can define the current is nothing but it is the rate of flow of charges. Hence, there is an existence of the current takes place. So, current is one of the fundamental physical quantity in SI system. So, the quantity which does not depend on any other quantities, such quantities are called fundamental quantity. Current is one of the fundamental quantity. Then every physical quantity has got its own SI unit. Then the SI unit for the current I equals to charge is measured in terms of coulomb, time is measured in terms of second. It is nothing but coulomb per second. Now this coulomb per second is replaced by the scientist's name who worked on the current, that is nothing but ampere. It is represented by A. You can represent current, its SI unit is ampere or coulomb per second. Usually we take the SI unit for the current is ampere, that is represented by A. If I take the charge, 1 ampere consists of how much amount of the electrons? So 1 ampere consists of 6.25 into 10 to the power of 18 electrons crossing the conductor per second. So this much amount of the charges are available which are crossing through the conductor per second, that constitute 1 ampere. 1 ampere consists of 6.25 into 10 to the power of 80 electrons per second. Now ampere is the bigger unit. Usually whenever we come across the measurement of the current, the smaller unit of the currents are milliampere and microampere. Milliampere belongs to 10 to the power of minus 3 ampere. Microampere belongs to 10 to the power of minus 6 ampere. Now these are the SI unit of the current. 1 ampere consists of 6.25 to 10 to the power of 80 electrons crossing across the conductor per second. The smaller units of the currents are milliampere and microampere. Milliampere constitutes to 10 to the power of minus 3 ampere. Microampere, that is again 10 to the power of minus 6 ampere. So this is about the current and the direction of the current. There are the two types of the current. One is the electronic current, another one is conventional current. To assign the direction of the current, we take the help of what? The conventional current, that is always represented from positive terminal to negative terminal. When you come across the physical quantity current, where it is belongs to scalar, vector or tensor. Sometimes it is referred as a tensor quantity, but is preferably represented current is a scalar quantity. So it has got the direction. It is taken from positive to negative terminal, but it has got the magnitude 1 ampere, 1 milliampere, microampere. It has got both magnitude and direction, even though it is represented as a scalar. We know that from the first PUC. To obey the condition for the physical quantity to be scalar or vector, to become a vector, it should possess magnitude and direction. Along with that, it should obey the laws of retardation. But current is having both magnitude and direction, but it does not obey the laws of retardation. Because of that reason, it is treated as a scalar property. So, after having the current, we come across the term drift velocity. Why we are going to come across the drift velocity? So, when the electrons are under the influence of the electric field, they experience the force, they are accelerated. When they are accelerated, we know that acceleration is nothing but rate of change of velocity. Which kind of the velocity they possess? That velocity is termed as a drift velocity. So, I keep the figure as it is. Lighting.
ये नहीं क्या but
drift velocity. In the absence of the electric field, the electrons inside the conductor which are under in zigzag motion. Due to that zigzag motion, the resultant velocity of the electron is zero. So, when I apply the electric field, when I apply the potential difference, there is an establishment of the electric field, the electrons are set under in motion, and that velocity of the electrons which are under in motion, under the effect of what? Electric field, and that velocity is called drift velocity. Now this is the electron. Before application of the electric field, it moves from one place to another place, and another place, and another place at B position. Again it finally comes to here, B position. Now this is the zigzag motion of the electron. Under the no application of the electric field, the velocity of the electron is 10 to the power of 5 meters per second. By the application of the electric field, the electrons are in zigzag motion. There are the atoms which are vibrating due to the thermal energy. There is a collision of the electrons. Due to that collision, there is a drifting of the electron takes place. Due to this drift, the electron change its direction. It comes to B dash. So, by the application of the electric field, the electrons are get drifted from their initial path before application of the electric field. Hence, the drift velocity of the electron is 10 to the power of minus 5 seconds. There is a large difference between the velocity of the electrons, average velocity of the electrons before application of the electric field, and the drift velocity acquired by the electrons by the application of the electric field. So I want to calculate the drift velocity of the electrons during the motion under the influence of what? Electric field. When the electrons are under in motion with a velocity Vd, drift velocity Vd, so they are colliding to the atoms inside the conductor. Due to the successive collision between the atoms or the lattice, there is a small time interval. That small time interval, the electrons are get relaxed. That time is called relaxation time. That is represented by tau. Here one term, drift velocity. Due to the collision of the electron, there is a small relaxation for the electrons. For the next successive collision, there is a relaxation time tau. Now this is a drift velocity and relaxation time. By using this relaxation time and drift velocity condition, I go for expression for drift velocity. When the electrons are in motion, they experience the force. Due to the application of the potential difference, there is the establishment of the electric field. Then from the Newton's second law, the force F equals to m into a. From the electrostatics, we know that E equals to F by Q. For the electron, I take Q is nothing but the charge minus E. Then the force F equals to, I do the cross multiplication, minus E into E. When I substitute here, F equals to minus E into E, mass m, acceleration equals to velocity by time. But here, which kind of the velocity the electron possesses? V is replaced by drift velocity, and the time taken during the motion of the electron due to the collision, that time is nothing but relaxation time, tau. Then I replace the terms V by Vd and T by tau. So I go for the equation minus E into E. Then mass as it is. V is replaced by drift velocity. T is replaced by relaxation time tau. I need drift velocity Vd. I go for the cross multiplication minus E into E tau divided by m. Now this is our expression for drift velocity. This is for 3 marks. Simple factor. Just by seeing the figure only we can make the equation. There will be no things to be by hearted. Just to concentrate on the figure. By the application of the potential difference, there is establishment of the electric field that makes the electron to be under in motion. The electron possesses the velocity called drift velocity. They are covering the length L and crossing the cross section area A. Then I go for when they experience the force from the Newton's second law, F equals to ma. From electrostatics, I go for force experienced by the charge because the electrons are in motion. There will be no material particle. So E equals to F by Q. Q is nothing but the charge. Charge is nothing but here electron. Electron is negative in nature, hence it is minus sign, minus E. I go for the cross multiplication. F equals to minus E into E. I replace the term F by minus E into E. I keep as it is M. Then this acceleration is nothing but velocity by time. So here velocity, which kind of the velocity the electron possesses? Drift velocity Vd, and the time, that is nothing but the relaxation time. Once again I replace the term V and T by Vd and tau. The equation becomes minus E into E, M Vd by tau. I need the expression for drift velocity. Drift velocity Vd equals to minus E into E tau divided by M. Now this is the expression for drift velocity. So from the equation, it is clear that the negative sign represents. So E is the constant factor, tau, M. Now this is nothing but the E. There is a relation between the drift velocity and E, that is nothing but directly proportional. The negative sign represents the direction of the velocity of the electron is opposite to the direction of the electric field. So if you go for the figure, now this is the direction of the electric field. The electric field is from positive to negative terminal of the battery. The electrons are moving from negative to positive. The direction of the drift velocity is opposite to the direction of the electric field. That negative sign represents the electric field and drift velocity are opposite. Now this is the expression for drift velocity. Then after that, again I come across the same figure. Again one more definition. We can go for the certain hints to be remember how to remember the equation. So I keep as it is. The relation between, next I come across relation between current and drift velocity. I keep the figure as it is. I don't go for any change in the figure. If I go to erase the figure, you think that the relation between I and Vd, once again I have to go for the figure that should be entirely different from earlier figure. Everything will be same. Then you concentrate on the figure. Most of the students, what they are doing, they are biting the derivation. There will be no need of biting the derivations. Just to concentrate the figure. The figure reveals everything. So there is existence of the drift velocity. The drift velocity is the result of application of the potential difference that makes the establishment of the electric field, and there is a direction of the current from positive to negative. The electrons are moving along the length of the conductor, crossing the area A. Then already we have derived the expression for drift velocity. What is that drift velocity? The average velocity with which the electrons are moving from one influence of electric field. Just you see here, the figure itself gives a definition. The drift velocity is defined as the motion of the electrons from one end of the conductor to the another end of the conductor under the influence of electric field. That is known as drift velocity. I need the expression for current in terms of drift velocity. So, when the electrons are moving across the ends of the conductor, there are n number of electrons. Now, these n number of electrons are crossing the length L and covering the area A. Then I come across the number of electrons per unit volume of the electron, that is represented by small n. N number of electrons crossing the length L and crossing the cross-section area A. The small n equals to number of electrons per unit volume. Then number of electrons, n equals to n into V. V is nothing but here area into length. So when these n number of electrons are covering the length L and crossing the cross-section area, every electron has got the charge on it. Then total charge Q equals to, from the quantization of the charge, Q equals to N. Then I substitute capital N equals to small n A L E. So N A L E. Especially for the Kannada medium students, and regularly what we are going to speak. So Nade. So we can remember total charge Q equals to Nade. N A L E. The total charge Q equals to N A L E. Then from the definition of the current, then how to define the current? The current is defined as the rate of flow of charges. The current I equals to Q by T. I replace the Q by NALE divided by T. I write T beneath of L. There is a certain meaning for that. So I separate NAE. Shall I write L by T? Yes. When I take L by T separate, L is measured in terms of meter, time is measured in terms of second, meter per second is nothing but velocity. Which velocity the electrons are moving? So, the electrons are moving with the drift velocity. The electrons are moving with drift velocity Vd. Shall I replace L by T by Vd? Yes. My equation is I equals to NAE into Vd. So this is one of the most fundamental equation in the current electricity. So we can easily remember. Now this equation total charge Nale. Now can anyone just so in Kannada we are going to use the terms. So we can easily remember the equation. That is Nayodi. Na into Vd. Total charge in the conductor Nale. What is the relation between current and drift velocity? Nayodi. So we can use certain meaningful wordings that so we can easily remember how many equations you are going to be remembered throughout the second question at the time of writing the CET or NEET. If I want to be calculate the current, if I given the drift velocity, number of electrons, charge density, that is nothing but area, etc. So I equals to Na into Vd. Now this is the expression for current in terms of drift velocity. So it should be glanced within the few seconds. Already figure is existed. So just to concentrate on the title, I need the expression current in terms of drift velocity. To have the current, I need the conductor. To establish the current, I need the potential difference. So now this is the circuit diagram. The electromagnetic is the electron which is moving inside the conductor under the influence of the electric field. That is the drift velocity Vd. So by using this figure, I go for the equation. There are a number of electrons inside the conductor covering the length L and crossing the cross-section area A. Hence N equals to number of electrons per unit volume. Then capital N equals to L into V. V is nothing but volume, that is nothing but area into length. Then charge on these electrons. Now this is our first step. Then I go for quantity of the charge. Total charge on these electrons Q equals to N into E. Capital N is replaced by NAL. E as it is, then this is nothing but NALE. We can easily remember that is nothing but total charge Q equals to NALE. Then I need the drift velocity. Then current is defined as, now this is our third step. The rate of flow of charges I equals to Q by T. So Q equals to NALE divided by T. L by T, that gives a meaningful term. L by T is nothing but L is meter, time is second, meter per second is the unit of velocity. Which velocity the electrons are moving? Drift velocity. That is, I replace L by T by Vd. Now this is my final equation. That current in terms of drift velocity, I equals to Na into Vd. So current is directly proportional to drift velocity. The drift velocity is 10 to the power of minus 5 seconds. This is very small. Because of that reason, when I want to put the button on, immediately we get the current in the conductor because the electrons are drifted with the velocity Vd, 10 to the power of minus 5 seconds. Current and drift velocities are directly. Now this is the expression for current in terms of drift velocity. Now these two are the basic equations. One is the expression for drift velocity, already we have studied, and second expression, the relation between current and drift velocity. Just glance the equations. Just you concentrate on the figure. If the figure is understood, there will be nothing to be hard the equations or the practice to the equation. Just you concentrate the figure, goes on analyzing the figure, you get the equations. Right? Next we come across effect of current. current has got so many effects. The fundamental effects, the popular effects, the magnetic effect of electric current, heating effect of electric current, so chemical effect of electric current. So we come across heating effect of electric current. Because when you take the conductor, there are so many free electrons inside the conductor. The electrons are under the influence of what? Surrounding temperature. How the temperature affects the conductor. So I want to go for that. So I go for one of the important effect of the current is heating effect of electric current. Heating effect of electric current. So we know that from the electrostatics, V equals to W by Q. Work done by the charge, that is nothing but the potential difference. Work done, W equals to V into Q. From the definition of current, I is defined as rate of flow of charges. Then Q is replaced by Q equals to IT. I replace the term by IT. W equals to VIT. Work is measured in terms of joule. Heat is also measured in terms of joule. Heat is a form of energy. Hence I can write W is nothing but H. The similar quantities can be equated according to the principle of homogeneity from the first year. W equals to H. So H equals to VIT. The heat generated in the conductor, the H equals to VIT. So H is directly proportional to potential difference, H is directly proportional to current, H is directly proportional to T factor. By this equation we can generally come across when you use the geyser. When you put that geyser in the water for heating the water, when you make the button to be switched on, you are passing the current. If the strength of the current is less, the heat generated is less. Immediately by putting the geyser in the water, we cannot get the heat. Water is not get to be heated. It takes a time. The heat is directly proportional to time factor. Hence, H equals to VIT. So H is nothing but also we can term it electrical energy. If I replace V equals to I into R from Ohm's law, still it is a bit far away to study the Ohm's law. I replace the equation. So H equals to VIT. V is replaced by I into R, I into T. H equals to I square R. So R equals to, shall I write H I square by T? Now this equation is also term for heat generated in the conductor. H equals to I square RT. The basic equation is VIT. Then by replacing V equals to I into R from Ohm's law, we can make one more equation, H equals to I square RT. So the heat generated is also depends on resistance of the conductor. As the resistance of the conductor increases, the heat generated is also increases. So this is about the heating effect of electric current. Wherever the existence of the energy, there must be the existence of the power. Hence, we come across electric power. Just you glance the equation, the heating effect of electric current. I take the basic term from the electrostatics, V equals to W by Q, then W equals to V into Q by doing the cross multiplication. Then from the definition of the current, I equals to Q by T, cross multiplication, Q equals to I into T, then W equals to VIT. W is nothing but work done. Work is measured in terms of joules. Heat is also measured in terms of joules. Similar quantities can be compared. According to the principle of homogeneity, then H equals to VIT, then H is nothing but heat energy, I can replace. E equals to H, that is nothing but VIT. Again, I want to make it one more form of the equation from using the Ohm's law, V equals to I into R, H equals to VIT, original equation, replace V by I into R, then I square R into T, H equals to I square. Now these are the effect of heating effect of electric current, and there are two equations, one is VIT, another one is I square. Then I go for electric power. Wherever the existence of the work, there must be the power, electric power. From the first year, the general definition for power Power is defined as the rate of doing work. The amount of electrical energy consumed in a circuit that measures the electrical power generally. So according to our topic, so from the first year, power is nothing but rate of doing work. Work is nothing but the energy, electrical energy consumed in the circuit divided by. We know that E equals to H. What is that earlier equation? H VIT. Then I substitute is replaced by VIT divided by T. T get cancels. Then power equals to V into I. So, how to remember the equation? If someone you are going to say, are you VIP? Just to write the VIP. Then a little bit far away for P. P equals to V into I. So, this is our derivation. How to get the power? To remember VIP. A little bit far away P. You put the equal to sign. P equals to V into I. That is nothing. So, what are the three hints? The total charge in the conductor. Null. Current in terms of drift velocity. Naivali. Power. Important. VIP. So, these are the certain terms. What we have studied to be remembered as early as possible. So, this is charge in the conductor. Current in terms of drift velocity. Power. Now, these are the certain hints to be remembered at the time of solving the problem. So, one more term we have left. Is it clear? So, power equals to V into I. This is our basic equation. From the first question we are done by time. Work is replaced by energy concept, that is E by T. So, E equals to H, P generated in the conductor by the electric current from the equation. So, VIT, T get cancels, P equals to V into I. So, power equals to the product of V and I. Now, again the equation is represented in the different forms. P equals to V into I. This is the basic equation. From Ohm's law, V equals to I into I. By using this equation, we can go for one more representation of power. Shall I write? V, then V is replaced by I into R. This is I. So P equals to V equals to I into R. So V is replaced by I into R. I as it is. So I square R. This is second equation. Then again I write the third step, third equation. P equals to V. I keep V as it is. Then shall I replace I equals to V by R? Then power equals to V square R. Now we can represent power in three forms. The basic one is P equals to V into I. This is the first equation. Second equation, power equals to I square R. Third equation, power equals to V square R. According to the subject of the condition of the problem, we can select either of the equation. If the power, voltage and currents are provided, we can go for the power V into I. If there is a current and resistance, we go for P equals to I square R. If there is a potential difference and resistance, we go for P. We select the equation according to the need of the problem. Now this is about the power concept. Then I go for one more thing, that is the missing term in drift velocity term, that is nothing but current density. Current density. Right? What is that current density? If I take the conductor, the electrons are under motion with velocity Vd crossing the cross-section area A and under the influence of what? Electric field. There is a potential difference is maintained. So that should be understood. When there is an existence of the electric field, there must be the existence of what? Potential difference. Then only the electric field is established that makes the electrons to be under motion with the velocity Vd crossing cross-section area A. So there is the existence of the current in the circuit. So I have to be complete the circuit diagram. So potential difference V, direction of the current I. Is it clear? Then the electrons are crossing the cross-section area A. The rate of flow of charge is nothing but the current. So I can write current density J equals to current flowing per unit area. J equals to I. Current is a scalar quantity, but current density is a vector quantity. So Current is a scalar quantity, but current density is a vector quantity. What is its SI unit? So current is measured in terms of ampere. Area is measured in terms of meter square. The current density is having unit ampere per meter square. Are you getting the point? Current is a scalar quantity, but current density is a vector quantity. So the SI unit of the current density is ampere per meter square. Now this is the term we have missed. After the completion of current with drift velocity relation, we have to go for this. So we have completed that. What is the current density? That current density is represented by J. Current flowing through the conductor per unit area, that represents the current density. J equals to I by A. I is nothing but the ampere. Area is nothing but the meter square. Current is a scalar quantity, but current density is a vector quantity. Its SI unit is ampere per meter square. Now this is the term I am going to add in the equation. So 1, 2, this is the third equation, but among the third one there are the three representation for power, and this is 4, current density I by A. Now this is about what? The current and the terms related to the current. So is there any doubt regarding the topics? So shall I go for brief review of all the things? So I give the brief review, whatever we have dealt today. First we started with the current electricity. What is current? Current is nothing but rate of flow of charges. So where the charges are available? The charges are available in the conductor. Why we select the conductor? Conductors are containing large number of free electrons. When I take the simply conductor placed in the medium, because of the surrounding temperature influence, the electrons inside the conductor are in random motion. Due to that thermal energy, the resultant velocity of the electrons is zero when there will be no electric field is applied. I want to make the electrons to be under in motion in a proper direction. So in the zigzag motion, the resultant velocity, average velocity of the electron is zero. They possess 10 to the power of 5 meter per second. By the application of the electric field, with the help of what? Maintaining the potential difference across ends of the conductor, the electrons are settled in motion. When the electrons settle in motion, they possess the velocity called drift velocity. There is a slight change in the position of the electron from their initial path by the application of the electric field. That is nothing but drift velocity, Vd. So we have calculated the drift velocity. Vd equals to velocity term comes out in force, that is acceleration. Acceleration terms comes out in force. Then we take the expression for Newton's second law of force. Then we derive the equation. That is nothing but drift velocity. That force equals to mass into acceleration concept we have taken. Then force is nothing but, we are dealing the electrical term, E equals to F by Q. Quickly we can, Q is nothing but charge. We are dealing the electron minus E. F equals to minus E into E. Quick revision. Without, if you don't have any things in your mind, just velocity comes under in what? Acceleration. Acceleration comes under in what? Force. Force is existed where? From Newton's second law. Fraction of the second, you reveal all the factors, then you can derive fraction of the second in the derivation. So minus E into E. Mass, acceleration equals to velocity by time. So minus E into E, m. Which kind of the velocity? Drift velocity. What is the time? Relaxation time. We studied that. What is that relaxation time? During the motion of the electrons, the atoms are vibrating out of their mean positions. The electrons are settled in motion. There is a collision between the lattice, that is the ions, and the electrons. There is a small time interval between the successive collision of the ions. That time is called a relaxation time. Then I need the drift velocity. Fraction of the second, we get to the equation. Now this is our 3 mass derivation within 1 minute. Just only concentrate velocity. Velocity comes under what? Acceleration. Acceleration comes under what? Force. Force is nothing but Newton's second law into A. We are dealing the electrostatics. We go for electrostatic equation. Replace the term. Then acceleration is velocity by time. Velocity is nothing but here drift velocity. Time is nothing but relaxation time. Within the few minutes, we can derive the 3 mass derivation. Drift velocity Vd equals to minus E into E tau divided by m. Negative sign represents the applicant, that is direction of the electric field, and drift velocities are opposite. Now this is the basic. After that, we derive the equation relation between current and drift velocity. Then we come across the current density. Then effect of electric current, that is nothing but heating effect of electric current. We come across the power that heat generated. Now these are the basic equations we have proved in quadratic. And understood. If there is some things to be having any doubt, in the next class we clear all the factors to be within the few seconds, how to remember the equation, and we continue the next class. Thank you. Nice.